We are back.
We're back.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jill, how are you?
I am fabulous.
Oh,
Fabulous,
wonderful.
fabulous in my 50s. Fabulous
Fantastic.
50s, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, it is Monday. It is 2 minutes past 11, and it is time, drum roll please, to make Monday matter.
Yep.
Before we start saying hello to everyone and reminding everyone that they need to like, share, and subscribe and all of those wonderful things, what have you been up to since we last met, my dear?
I opened a new church.
Wow.
Well, it's not really a church. We opened our very first spiritual church in Dundee city centre every second Thursday. So we did that. And what else? I have been in talks to go around a haunted courthouse.
Oh.
I know. I don't know who's going to volunteer to get shut in the cells, probably me. And I served a church on Sunday, which was lovely.
Wonderful.
So what have you been up to, Nick?
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Obviously we have our church on a Thursday, which we also broadcast online. This week it was totally online. We did a rerun of a medium that served us this time last year, who passed a spirit earlier in the year. The lovely Kevin Hales. Such a wonderfully uplifting and funny guy, as well as a really great exponent. So we replayed his last service that he visited us on Thursday. And obviously we were really, really happy to get Hannah. Well, and Hannah is one of our church members. She runs the raffle. She's also a regular SPtv, so if you are watching, get well soon, Hannah.
Get well, Hannah.
She was actually on air live from Papworth Hospital during her treatment, so we looked after her that way. Yesterday, I had a wonderful day giving messages to people at an afternoon tea that was organised by the lovely Eunice.
What, the cakes?
Oh, there was cakes dairy-free, because obviously I'm lactose intolerant, but we had a whale of a time. And then, of course, I spent my afternoon with Reverend Tony on Friday. So it's been a packed week for me too.
Me too. Yeah, me too. We do an online church on a Tuesday on our Tree of Life page. And that's a place where the students can learn safely, make mistakes, do whatever they need to do in a safe environment. So that's Tuesdays on ours. But yeah, I do love an afternoon.
Don't you think that
with cakes? Cakes are good.
Absolutely. The next event we're planning on doing is rather than do an evening and have fish and chips, we're doing it was really, really popular last time we did it before the pandemic, a cream tea psychic supper.
Yeah.
And that was so popular. So we're going to be doing that.
I love a psychic supper, Nick. It's like speed dating for psychics, isn't it?
Yes.
Ding ding, next table. And it's just brilliant. I love a psychic supper. It's really
absolutely. I keep calling it a psychic supper, even though it was an afternoon cream tea. But it's one of those phrases that gets stuck in your head. You can't help it.
Yeah.
But don't you think, and haven't you found? I mean, especially with a wonderful facility and function, but also community like SPtv, that the online services are so much more taken part in, wanted, needed, begged for, as well as organisations and groups, for instance, and in particular, like SPtv, who've really made a difference to people's lives.
Oh yes, I mean, definitely, yeah.
We were originally online for a long time before the pandemic, but not a full service, and it was for our deacon Wendy. She was our booking secretary, but she had COPD, couldn't leave the house. So we made sure she was involved by broadcasting some of the
all inclusive. Yeah.
And I've found so many people over this last couple of years who are desperate to connect but couldn't.
Absolutely.
But now with SPtv, online services, more online stuff, people are actually able to connect now, which I think is marvelous.
Well, yes, it is. My online mainly started at the start of lockdown, and it was to keep the connection going. Where we live, Nick, we're East Coast Scotland. So through SPtv, I now have a lady that is in Loughborough, which is right down your way. I've got a lady in Ireland. I've got a lady in Texas, a lady in Boston that I would never have met in a million years if I hadn't gone in. They saw me on SPtv, got in touch to get a reading. We spoke about development groups, and they said, oh, I wish there was something where and I went, well, just join us online.
Yeah.
Got a lady in, so where we are, the further north you go, and I'm talking north, I'm talking Shetlands, Orkney, we have people there that join in the group that would never in a million years do anything like this.
Absolutely. So, it's amazing. I mean, for myself, I run a few online circles. I've got people that are quite local to me. Don't get me wrong, of course I have. But I've got someone in France, the lovely Cherry. I've got someone in the Netherlands. I'm sure I'll be saying hello to her anytime soon because she's from SPtv. I've even got someone round the corner from you. So hi, Kaza. So it's everywhere, and it's wonderful, and it builds communities. And that is what essential. And of course, by building communities, we must identify those members. So shall we say good morning to a few of our lovely viewers?
Some of mine are up already.
Speaking of, hi Karen.
Hello, where are you from, Karen? Do you know where she's from?
Yeah, up near you. Up near you. And I literally mean up near you, I think.
Near me.
I'm not saying up near you because she's from
Victoria from Texas.
Wow.
Happy day to you. May I have a wonderful card of happiness, I hope. We'll see. We shall see. Good morning.
Morning, Angie. Good to see. 5 a.m. though. You are committed. Bless you.
Do you know what would help if I put these on, wouldn't it?
Charlie Ross, good morning to you.
Oh, it's an age thing. Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? There they are.
I have to keep swapping. It's terrible.
2 pairs. There you go. I'm the same. Oh, that's one of my girls. Good morning. Claire's from Dundee.
Morning, Claire.
She's a fantastic student. There's another one of my girls. Oh, they're all on this morning getting
Oh, yes. Morning, Pauline.
Morning. Pauline's just got the most amazing little puppy called Daisy. Beautiful Daisy.
Donna Eden, good morning to you.
Morning, Donna. Katrina Mackenzie, good East Coast. She's up the East Coast. Good morning.
Hey, fabulous. Good morning to you. Angela Martin, hi to you, and good morning and welcome. And don't forget, we like lots of emojis too. Get yourself noticed.
And the likes and shares. There's a Nick girl.
Hi, Shelley. Good morning.
We're going to have to do a tally and see who wins the points for most students coming online.
Oh, yes. Good morning to Kelly Roquette. Good morning to you.
Terry Louise, good morning. Nick, Jilly and Richard, good morning.
Hi, darling.
Nice to see everyone up so early on a Monday morning.
I know it is. Eunice, this is the good morning bank holiday. So watching you eating watching and eating leftovers. Eunice is the wonderful friend of mine who arranged the demo yesterday in her living room. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Daisy is hyper. Yes, Daisy is hyper. They've got sharp little teeth at that age. Chrissy, hello, good morning. Oh, there's your heart emojis.
Well done, Chrissy. Good to see you.
Well done. Good morning. There's another one of my girls, Nick. That's Shona. Good morning, Shona.
Hi, Shona. Now, this is one of my girls. This is my mother.
Morning, Linda.
It's all right, Mother. We're not on the other system. We get your name on this one.
Get the coffee on. Oh, Kelly, okay. Good morning, Richard, Nick and Jilly. Good morning. And we've got emojis again. We've got bows and rainbows. Lovely.
Excellent. We'll see you a bit later then, Kelly. Fabulous.
Yeah, that'll be lovely.
Wonderful. Claire Potts, good morning to you. And don't forget to keep shouting out where you're from. We want to see all the world wrapping up in a bow.
Really nosy. I like to know where people are from.
Nicola, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you.
Morning. Morning.
Hi, Christine Davis.
That's a good name, Christine. I like that name. Hi, Kerry.
And Kieran, I feel called to this live. I wonder. Wonderful. Excellent. We'll see what happens.
We were talking about manifesting things today, weren't we? So maybe there's another Christine. That must be the name of the morning.
Christine Murray, a regular Monday morning. Good morning, up earlier.
Christine. Tracy Young, there's one of my ladies. Good morning, Tracy. Hope you're well this morning.
Pamela Gretorix, good morning to all. Good morning to you.
Hello. I hope the weather's nice where you are. Shanique, good morning. I hope you've all got sunshine. Nick had a downfall of rain a minute ago. Like
it was a deluge, wasn't it? It was terrible. Yes. It was like I was sitting in a can of rice.
I thought I'd send you an ark and tube each animal. It was getting that bad. Morning from Hillingdon and Middlesex. Good morning.
Fabulous.
Julie, nice to see you, Julie. Mary Lowe. Oh, from Dundee. There she goes.
Fabulous.
Duke Jam and Journalism. Good morning from, I think it's sunny Dundee. The sun's coming out now, so.
Here's one of my girls, Dawny. How you doing? Walking around all about. And another one of mine too. There's Limo. Hello, darling.
Oh, they're all in the good books today, aren't they?
They're behaving themselves.
They're all good. They're all good.
Yeah, Rebecca Whelan, good to see you. It's been a while.
The emojis and the likes and the shares. Tilly, that's a good name.
The gorgeous name.
I have a dog called Dilly. I'm Jilly and I had a dog called Dilly. Jilly and Dilly. Good morning from Wales, Chris. Good morning, Chris. Hope Wales is sunny today. There's Claire saying good morning again.
Good morning, darling. Good morning, good morning. And Kerry, of course, is from Portsmouth. So, you know, we are connecting all around the world.
Yep. Oh, God, we're getting singing this morning from
there's always got to be a song. A song and a smile make it all worthwhile.
Always, always. I do that. I start every day with a bit of happiness, a bit of gratitude. Out the back door and say good morning.
Absolutely.
Every single day. I tell everyone, if you start your day with a good intention, sometimes it goes downhill from there, but sometimes it doesn't.
Gonna say it can do. I hope Caitlin. It's gone now, but I hope Caitlin is having a good day.
Yeah.
It's all right. I got away with it now.
Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, Lisa Edwards.
Should have maybe asked for sunshine emojis and flowers this morning.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, it's been a while.
Regan! Now we have definitely looped around the world now, because Regan is all the way down under. We have reached out to the other side of the planet now.
Goodness me. And hopefully we'll reach off the planet soon as well. That would be really good.
Oh, yes. And Roger Young, morning from Swanage.
Sunny Dorset. Like that area. Dorset's lovely.
It is.
Hi, Kath. Juliet, what a beautiful name, Juliet. Morning from the West Midlands.
Fabulous. And Yellow Hearts. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, like that.
Well, good morning to everyone, and good morning to everyone we haven't said good morning to. If we missed your name, we're sorry. If you didn't put your name up and say good morning, we weren't going to, but we still say good morning to you anyway. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a wonderful time with us. Stay tuned. We have got Kate May and her tarot scope. We have got our usual rundown of what's coming up on SPtv throughout this week. We have got someone coming on for a live reading. We'll also be giving readings out to people randomly throughout the show. And we also need to ask for some healing to be sent out, in all seriousness. Please, could we have healing sent out to our Stacey and Kirsty White, who were both presenters on SPtv. Please, can we send healing to them because they are poorly and therefore can't be on this week? But also, can I just be naughty and ask for my Hannah? Can we please have some healing sent to our Hannah as well? But we were talking, of course, and you wonderfully linked it in and touched upon it earlier. You know, I do love being Queen of the Links. You touched on it wonderfully well, Jill. We were talking before we started about manifesting.
Manifesting, yep.
So that is our starter for 10. If speaking of starters for 10, if you want us to start giving out the messages, I've got the cards here ready to, because I find they help me with being a bit more quick fire. But if you what this card that I've just picked says share, share, and share. So it, so if please share in order to get us starting doing some readings, and we will, as soon as Richard says we've hit the magic number, we will start giving out readings to everyone. But please share, like, and subscribe. You can, of course, help out even more so by joining the SPtv VIP. They have a whale of and VIPs do get a priority on readings, especially coming on with us. Get to share the screen with this beautiful lady and this hunk of nothingness. You know, and you also there is even more an important way to for wanting to get on screen. You get to hear the voice of Richard in your
ear. Voice of Richard. It's like the voice of God in your ear.
I know that. Boom. So please do share, like, and consider becoming a VIP. It's only 37p a week to join. It's amazing. You know, you can't even buy a packet of fags. You know, so that all said, let's manifest millions of shares. Let's tell
we've already got people on here saying that they believe in manifesting. So I think.
Oh, Lindsay, yes, of course. Message from Kieran. Healing for my sister, please. Lindsay Cato, we know the name. She's really not well and has been in hospital with a blood clot on her left lung. Everyone, please add her to your healing lists, healing books, your prayers, your thoughts, your chants, your ceremonies. It is, I have it on very good authority that it's Beltane today. So if you're doing anything for that, please add her name into that too. So had to just
just saw that there.
And let's manifest some healing for Lindsay, because as you were saying, everybody's in some way into manifesting. How did you first come by it?
So manifesting for me, it was a friend who was a healer, and she kept saying to me, this is quite a long time ago, words are energy, words are living things, thoughts are living things, prayers are living things. And back in the day, I just thought, well, that's between me and spirit. And I would get quite cross at spirit. I think we all do. I think we've all thrown the towel in and went, where are you, in my time of need? But she quickly advised me that the universe listens. The universe listens to absolutely everything that we say. So whatever we put all our focus on is what we get more of. The universe will hear us saying, oh, you're complaining about a sore ankle. That's all you talk about, sore ankle, your ankle, sore. So it goes, oh, that's what you're most interested in. And it doesn't get any better because you're just focusing on that. And it's the same in life. I spent a long time, I was just telling you and Richard about this, saying, this job's doing my head in. I hated my job. I hated it. But being a mum with kids and a mortgage, I had to pay it. There was no other way. You've just got to get out there and work. I think a lot of people sometimes think that mediums, we just sit here and do this, but we've got to do the hard graft as well. And I was putting in a 40, 50-hour week, running a circle at night, running to church, because it just meant the world to me. All I ever wanted to do was work for spirit. That was all I wanted to do since a little girl, was work for spirit. And I kept saying to spirit, if I can just do this for a living all the time, I don't care if I've got to eat beans and chips every night for the rest of my life. This is all I want to do. But what I didn't say was I wasn't specific in my manifesting. And I kept saying, this job's doing my head in, this job is frying my brain. Now, I'm not saying for a minute that people out there will manifest illness, but I definitely did, because I then had a significant brain hemorrhage and I got what I wanted. I didn't have to work in that job ever again, but it was a lesson for me to focus more on positive things. So I tried it, and I said to my husband, I don't like our house. But instead of going about going, I hate this house, I said, when I get my new house, it's going to have a view of the sea. When I get my new house, it's going to be able to get 3 cars in the driveway. And he thought, do you think I've got a money tree in the garden that you just shake it? But however, I kept manifesting it. I even had a mood board where I put up pictures of my ideal house. 2 years later, I had the house I wanted. Now, if I stand on one leg, squint, I can see the sea from the window. So be specific in your manifesting. Say, I want a really good view of the sea. I want a really bit, you know, we can just fit 3 cars up the driveway, no more. I should have said a sweeping driveway. Manifesting really does matter. It really does matter. What you put out there, if you act like you've already got it, manifest it, then it will be yours. And I have never had to eat egg and chips or beans and chips every night. I do eat nicely. So Spirit rewarded me. When I went to get my operation, they said, do you actually know what you're about to get done? You know, we might go in your head. And I went, yeah, it's fine. Spirit will look after me. And I recovered from that and was at church 7 days later. No hair, staples across my head, singing, happy to be, and nobody could believe I was there. And every time someone stared at the staples in my head, I would just go, shh, nobody move, I'm picking up Radio 1. And I just laughed about it. So manifesting, you can manifest good things, but you can also manifest a little bit of negativity if that's all you focus on.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is an absolute spiritual tenet, in my view, that words have power, but thoughts even more so.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever what you put in, you get out. And if you there was a conversation that we were having about it, and I always am reminded of exactly what Richard said: be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you can, as you said, focus on the negative, so you end up drawing in the negative. Sometimes you wish for the wrong thing that you think is a positive. But sometimes the universe just listens and ignores you and does what's best for you anyway. I mean, the only time I ever got really, really cranky with Spirit is I was lonely. You know, I was really, really lonely, as well as being a spiritualist, which pushes people away. There was so much going on in my life, and I got in a paddy, and I said, right, that's it, I'm done. I need help here. Send me someone who's good for me. Send me someone who'll help me, not hinder me in my spiritual development, and just please do me a favor and help me out here. I'm struggling. And 6 months to the day, I met my partner of 13 years.
There you go.
Now here's a thing. He is totally a non-believer.
Yeah, that must be what you needed.
And it is, because I was so obsessed and living with Spirit. There was nothing in my life other than Spirit, and it was driving people potty, but I didn't care. But I've learned to balance my life now. And so as much as he wasn't what I thought I wanted, as far as my spiritual development is concerned, his attitude, his beliefs and behaviors was exactly what I needed.
What you needed.
And you do have to be so careful with what you wish for.
My partner's a non-believer, 37 years married, and he still will say, he's not cruel because he knows how much it means to me, but he will say, do ask how Elvis is. And I just laugh, that's the way it is. But, I think opposites attract sometimes, black and white, oil and water. You've got to have that mix to have a balance in life. So yeah, it's good. And I think I always say to my girls, 1 foot in spirit, 1 foot in material. You can't all be spirit, because that's not a healthy way to live. It really isn't.
Absolutely. And that brings me to a question that I'd like to throw to everyone at home.
Yeah,
Get involved with the conversation. Yes, it's important to ask the right things, but one of our other spiritual tenets, of course, is personal responsibility.
yeah.
So we do have to remember that if it's within our grasp, if it's something that we can physically make a difference to ourselves, we should probably save the requests to the universe and spirit for things that are probably a little bit more important, and take that personal responsibility. But when you have a development in spirit and when you have a way of working with spirit, do you not think, firstly, that manifesting is part of your natural conversation with your guides and helpers?
Yeah.
But also, isn't there a side of it where we should just leave some things to spirit and enjoy the ride and the surprise?
Yeah, most definitely. I think nowadays everyone is so focused on having everything and trying to be perfect and must be a really good mum and work and have a great social life and a great social media presence, and the stress that that gives us in life. Sometimes when I've had really big problems in life, I have felt swamped and I have felt really down. And no matter how hard you try to be positive, you have to accept maybe this isn't the right road for you. And I keep saying to people, if you're going down a road in life and there's lots of bumps and lots of obstacles and lots of hurts, maybe that spirit going, not that way, go that way. But it's up to us with free will, personal responsibility. But sometimes when you're in the depths of despair and you're throwing the towel down, you've got to just say, hand it back, hand it
Yeah.
all back. What's good for me, leave with me. What's not good for me, I'll leave it in your hands. But sometimes I've had to have really tough lessons in life because I think we can all be a bit of a petulant child with spirit sometimes. I want, help me, help me, help me. But
Yeah.
sometimes they open the door, we still don't walk through, and then we moan. Why
Yeah.
didn't they open the door for us? It's up to us to walk through,
Absolutely. And in fact, Izzy Ryan has just said, I made myself ill with working myself into the ground. I had a brain hemorrhage too.
Oh,
Stopped
wow.
me in my tracks as I ignored the warning signs. It changed everything, and I
Absolutely.
believe it was a gift now.
Izzy,
And
that is so wonderful to hear that,
yes,
because I truly believe that any illness that makes you have a touch with death or a brush with your own mortality in any way, it has to change it. Anyone that says they're not changed by it, I would question that and think, well, you must have a swinging brick for a heart or be really tough, because I came back a different person and all my close friends said, you're different. Now that can happen with a brain hemorrhage. I was actually, you know how my warped sense of humour, Nick, this is true. Someone told me that sometimes when you come back from having a brain hemorrhage, you talk differently, or, there was a lot.
yes,
So I joked with the nurses, this is how cool I am. My kids came in and I went, who are you? And they looked at me and I went, do I know you? And my husband cottoned on right away, but you've got to have humour with it, and humour got me through it. So probably like Izzy, she is different now. I laugh at things that I used to stress about. What's the point? What's the point? Life's too short, but have a sense of humour about things as well.
absolutely, absolutely. And I love this, actually, going back to partners not believing and opposites attracting.
Right.
Julie Rampton says, my ex-partner was a non-believer and used to say I was ghost busting until he came with me to church, and he believes now.
Good for you, Julie. Good for
Brilliant. Well
you.
done. Well
I
done.
love a skeptic. I love a healthy skeptic. I
Absolutely.
think that's great. I think if you don't see it with your eyes, believe it with your heart, hear it with your own ears, until you experience it, then be a healthy skeptic. I think that's a really good idea.
One of the things that I teach my students, and one of the things that I always say to people who are thinking of developing, is learn to be a little bit skeptical. Because in order to make sure that you are giving the best you can possibly be, in order to give the best evidence that you possibly can, you have got to question everything. Is
Everything.
it me? Is it them? Is it me? Is it them? Is it me? Is it them?
Yeah.
And there has to be a little bit of healthy skepticism in everything, because trust me, the skeptics are going to throw every argument that they
Absolutely.
can at you as a spiritualist. So if you've already asked that question of yourself and spirit, you've already got the answer,
Yeah.
and you are able to defend and combat yourself and the way of life
Yeah.
against this oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing the other. Well, actually, I've spent about 20 minutes thinking about that. No, that's not the reason why, because of this. So skepticism may be the language of the mind, and love the language of the heart. But I always say that you can go further with the two shoes of faith and reason than you can with just one. You can spend your life hopping on just faith or hopping on just reason, but isn't it quicker to walk? So put both shoes on.
Yeah.
Stace has just said, I believe you'll always reach your destiny if it's meant to be, but the road travel to get there is your choice and free will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, Stace.
You know,
Absolutely.
I have a big problem with karma and destiny, because to me, if we focus too much on it, we are giving up our power. We are giving up our free will. Because, for example, and I'm not knocking the help and support that mediums give. I try and do it myself. But if I, as a medium, were to turn around to you as a recipient who's probably feeling down, really vulnerable, if I were to say to you, don't worry, in 6 months, everything's going to be fine.
Oh, no.
That is dangerous.
I get really, really cross when they say we can predict the future, or, things are going to be great. And I preach it to my students. Don't ever say everything's going to be okay. Don't ever say that. You are only interpreting. It's like Chinese whispers. What spirit give you, you give out. But you have to really have some responsibility in what you give out as well. For example, I always say, if someone's sitting in front of me, I don't know what their mental health is. I don't know how they're feeling. And again, if we encourage them and say, everybody's great in spirit, they're wonderful, it's a wonderful place to be, we don't know what they might go and do. So you've got to be really careful how you deliver messages to people. So we have to be responsible with that as well. But we can't make false hopes and false promises
Exactly.
to people. I'm a healthy skeptic still, even 30 years down the line. I will go and witness a demonstration of mediumship and come away thinking, I can almost tell the point where spirit's energy has dropped, but the person keeps going because they want to pad out the reading and make it look a bit longer. Whereas a short message that is truthful would be far better than a great big long one to take up platform space. Cut it short and just,
Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong, spirit have a better perspective and can see further in, but we have that right and responsibility to change things. And I always use the glass as the example.
Yeah, you
This
showed
is
me
now,
that.
this is next week,
That's right.
but somewhere along the middle, all gone. We have to remember our personal responsibility. And, absolutely, Dawny. Finding spiritualism has helped me find balance and ease anxiety. But you've made those steps yourself.
You've manifested
Spiritualism has given you the facility. You've chosen to use it. And I think we as a human race, we as human beings, and there is a potential in the spiritual community to talk about our inner power, but at the same time, surrender it. We are so much more powerful and better united and together, and making use of our power, making use of our free will, making use of our choice. And if we, the perfect example is a choir. We can all decide to stand as a choir and all sing out of key in different keys and out of harmony. But if we all just talk, communicate, and then start singing, together we can be this powerful resonant frequency. Thank you for that.
Well, we
Um,
always say your vibe attracts your tribe.
yeah,
Okay.
I love that. Yes.
And like with Dawn, is it Donnie? Like with Donnie there, sometimes in life, you have to rattle down and reach rock bottom, and then spirit go, right, okay, now come with me, go this way. And it's like Donnie is saying, since she got involved in the spiritual movement, she does feel calmer. So perhaps wherever she goes, whatever she does, meditation, still in the mind, sitting in the power, it has a profound effect on your mental health, your physical health. It just makes me smile more. Sometimes I sit there and think, oh, it's pouring the rain and I've promised I'll go out and I've promised, but I go and do it and I come away feeling better for it. I just seem to get uplifted. So it's definitely a good path to be on. Good morning. Is that Reverend Sarah Higginson? Hello, good morning.
Morning, Sarah. Oh, sorry, it's been a while, so I'll put it right. Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
No H
Hi,
on the end, so it's Sarah.
Yeah, hi,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine from a long, seems like a life.
Lovely.
It was only...
You two are very interesting. You have brought up a lot of ways I was raised. Very good.
Hey, Donna, thank you. Well, it's very kind of you to say.
Very kind.
Most people just tell me to shut up.
Yeah. I was raised in a house where they didn't believe in manifesting. I was the weird kid of the family. I was the weird one that sat in the corner. I didn't like interact. I didn't like people. But as soon as I go into the spiritualist movement, I light up and I love being with people. Other people, not so good, but I love this. Kieran, I started believing when I came on here, and the day before my uncle's funeral, he was calling out for me, calling my name, and he came through saying to me, it's going to be okay, I want you at the funeral. Well, there you go, Kieran, there you go. Sometimes it comes like a bolt of lightning, and sometimes it comes as a whisper in your dreams. However you get your message from spirit, it could be, sometimes that's them starting you on your journey into spiritualism, a profound moment like that. Some people just slip into it through childhood. Other people get a big profound moment like that where someone passes and it pulls you into the movement. But however you get there, doesn't matter. You have to sit. I always say you've got to sit in a lot of circles. You've got to have a lot of teachers. You've got to test the water and find out ways that you love spiritualism. But sometimes you've got to find 20 ways that you don't love it till you find the one that you do love.
Absolutely.
So,
there is one spiritual writer from around about 2,000 years ago that I have huge beef with from time to time, and I don't always agree with him. But the one thing Paul did get right was test the spirit. Richard, can we just go back to Regan's comment? I'm gonna say I know it was massive. It's okay for people not to believe in the afterlife and spiritual guidance and message. Most people are skeptical, and it's good to be that way because it leaves you open to that moment when you experience the reading that blows your mind. Absolutely, yes. It can be a gift. And I totally agree. I know you wrote more, Regan, but we want to try and get through as many people as possible.
Sometimes I feel, being a medium, you give out a message, and I don't often remember, I couldn't possibly remember every detail, everything I've given out, but every now and then I think spirit throw you a little curveball, and it's for you. When you're doing a reading, sometimes you give someone something that is so profound and it has such an impact on them that there is no way it could not be coming from spirit. And I always take that away with me, and I always say thank you, because I am grateful that person got that, because it makes me feel, yep, I'm still on the right path, I'm still doing the right thing. So they sometimes throw you a little bone as well and go, there you go. That makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Reverend Sarah says, I have changed the way I see bad things that happen in life because of my belief in spirit, and it is a way of life for me. I'm very grateful for my life and spirit's help.
Gratitude. There you go. Gratitude. I remember thinking I would never, ever, ever want to see someone who had passed away. That was just something, I was terrified. And then I was put in a position where I walked into the hospital and my nana decided, now's the time. And it was beautiful. But because of my belief, I was calm. And I actually said to her, it's okay to go. And I chatted away to her and I felt her go. And the nurse said, oh, that was beautiful. Now, if you told me 20 years ago that I'd be there, no way would I have done that. But my belief in spiritualism kept me calm. It kept her calm. Everything was wonderful. I would never have done that without my belief in spiritualism. I'd have run out the door. Run out the door. Chris, my friend passed over a few years before she died. She would give me a sign, but haven't yet. Don't give up the faith, Chris. You know, I always think you get the sign when you need it, not when you want it. And again, that's going back to our manifesting things. Sometimes when we want something so much, you know, when we get it, it might either be a letdown or it might not be at the right moment. You'll get that at the exact right moment that you need it, you know. And when life throws you to your knees, you're in the best position to pray. So when you're feeling down, still your mind. Maybe the signs that you're getting aren't what you think, like a feather, a coin, or names, something like that. Just still your mind. When you pray, God listens. When you meditate, you get the answer. So just sit quietly in meditation and see what comes to you. You might get a little pop, a little vision, and that'll be your sign. What do you think, Nick?
Absolutely. You know, and this is the thing, when we talk about manifesting, it's easy to, you know, compare it to things like praying, for example. There are subtle differences, but you touched on a really important manifesting that is so similar to praying, and that is the acknowledgement and the gratitude. And just sometimes, you know, don't even ask for anything. Just say thank you for what you have got. It is possible that your friend has tried to give you a sign that you haven't quite noticed yet because of how you're feeling, or because it's not exactly what you were expecting, or you might have over-specified the agreement on what you were going to share. There's a very famous story, actually, between the future king of ours, or he is the king, but the coronated king, and his uncle. They had an agreement that whoever went first would come back and give the other one a message if it was possible. But they had a very specific catchphrase. There is a risk if we do that with people, it might never come, because we're thinking human, physical, linearly. If you look back in your life, Chris, since your friend has passed, there have been moments when you will have felt like, cool, that's what she'd say. Or there's been a song come up on the radio, cool, that's her favourite song. It could very well be that that's the beginnings of her reaching out. I've got a friend who passed at the age of 31, and he meant the world to me. And actually, he died of a brain tumour. Talking about brains a lot today. He always plays the Shoop Shoop song to me, and it meant it was our song. I'm not going to tell people why, because it's a little bit rude and a little bit personal. Nothing naughty, but he took the mick out of me with it. But it became our song. So, Chris, when you're down and walking around a shop and suddenly that song that she liked plays, she is reaching out to you. And let's not forget as well that the world of spirit, they need to do their things and learn to do what we learn to do in order to reach down to us. People often think that, you know, the spirit world is the astral plane. It isn't. It's an etheric duplicate. We have to go up there. They have to come down there in order for us to meet and mix.
There you go. Chris,
it's a middle room, and Chris has just said, I've heard her song loads on the radio. So she is about.
I know.
Wonder why I mentioned that.
Yes, I wonder. That was a good pickup. That was a good one. Yeah, I think we get tied up looking for, you know, my best friend passed away just a year and a half ago, and she was just a ball of fire, absolute ball. She was you couldn't contain her. And every time something naughty comes up, or, you know, her car horn didn't work, and I kept saying, "You don't pass your MOT." She'd say, "It's fine, just roll down the window and shout beep beep." And I was in a car the other day, and the person went, "My horn's not working," and instinctively I went, "Do you want me to shout beep beep?" And I thought, oh, there you go, there's a sign. So we never agreed on a sign either, because I thought all I'll do is fixate on getting that sign, and maybe my eyes and ears won't hear all the wonderful things. I often say to my girls as well, you know, my guide must just sit there going, oh my God, you know, what do you want? I've sent this, I've done this, I've done, what do you want? Do you want a bolt of lightning in the sky? Sometimes it's the subtle little things that we get that let us know they're around, but it's up to us to just pay a little bit more attention to it. Like I say, just fill your mind a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, my friends, please remember to keep sharing. And we're just going to take a little bit of a break at the moment, because it is now that wonderful moment that I know everyone's been waiting for. There is a phrase that I nicked because I was in autopilot last week. Do you remember what it was, Jill?
No, because I'm very old and I have a
Right, okay. So in a second, when I say, what do we need to do? You say, Richard, please roll VT.
Okay.
So we're now going to listen to the wonderful, wonderful Kate May and her tarot scope. So what do we need to do, Jill?
Richard, roll VT.
Good morning and welcome to your week ahead tarot readings. It is for the 1st of May. We are looking at Aries. It's the star. Dream big, Aries, this week. Wishes are coming true. This is a great week that is going to realign all your energies, all your focus, and everything that you want to attract is possible. There is no limit to what you can achieve this week, Aries. Fabulous. Taurus, 8 of Cups. You're walking away from what no longer serves you. It may have been bothering you for a little while, emotionally, intuitively. You could have been feeling that something isn't quite right or isn't worth it anymore. And now this is the week to make that big shift and to move on in to what is really going to align you. This period could be a little bit emotional for you though, Taurus. You don't like change. However, the silver lining is that there is something bigger and better waiting for you as you cross the other side. Gemini. Trust your intuition. There may be some hidden things going on around you, Gemini. All is not as it seems. So it's important that you follow your gut feeling and perhaps seek some psychic guidance. Cancer. The Death card. There is endings coming up this week for you, Cancerians. Ask yourself what needs to be finished, what needs to end, what is final. Close that door. The silver lining is that there is a new opportunity on the other side of the door. But before you can open that, you need to look at what needs to be closed. Expect endings, endings of difficult times, endings of one chapter going into another. Leo, 10 of Cups. Happiness, emotional fulfillment, contentment, loving life. Good, happy family news. This is going to be a great week for you, Leos, where you can really enjoy some of that emotional happiness that you've been dreaming up lately. Virgo, 9 of Cups. Count your blessings, Virgo. Things are looking up for you. You may not have the icing on the cake yet. However, you're going to be quite happy and contented with what you do have around you this week. You're going to be pleased about your outcomes, pleased about your achievement, and you may be feeling a little bit smug. And why not? You deserve it. Libra. The Wheel of Fortune. Luck is changing for you, Libra. This is going to be a great week where things are going to move in the right direction for you. There is expansion, there is learning, there is studying, things are opening up. Jupiter, the ruler of the Wheel of Fortune, gives you a lucky nudge in the right direction. Expect change. Things need to move forward now. If there's been delays, things are going to get moving. Scorpio. The Empress, happy family news. Empress indicates this week, Scorpio, that you may need to put your own needs first. There could be some nurturing that you need, some pampering of yourself this week. There is abundance in the air and positive growth. Anything connected to females is going to be very positive. Sagittarius, Page of Pentacles. There is some news on the horizon around your money. There is fertile ideas that you can make some extra cash perhaps. Don't just think about it, action it though. It's a great week for new opportunities, particularly between your finances or material gain. Capricorn, Knight of Swords, you're ready for action, Capricorn. This is the week where you're going to go charging full steam ahead. Somebody may sweep you off your feet as well when you least expect it. But get going with things, Capricorn. You're more than ready now. This is the week to go charging ahead, get things done, get things moving, take some action. Those ideas are ready to really move forward. Aquarius, sneaky card. Who's sneaky around you? Or is it you that's being a bit sneaky, Aquarius? It's time perhaps to watch your back. Make sure that whatever you're doing it for the right reasons, the true reasons. Otherwise you could get caught out. This is not the week to cut corners. Pisces, Two of Swords. Pisces, you could be feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to do that. Try not to bury your head in the sand. Things aren't going to go away. You need to deal with them, but perhaps this week isn't the best week to deal with things. So maybe put things on pause and wait until you're feeling a little bit clearer. Trust your intuition though. If you can't see a situation, Pisces, this is the week to feel the situation. Within the 2-week period though, things would have cleared for you. If you want to see more, particularly for your month ahead, check out my website, www.katemay.co.uk.
And we are back. And are you excited, Jill?
I am very excited. It's a real life person.
I know. And it is a very familiar Monday name as well that's going to be joining us too. It's very, very exciting.
Kelly's a VIP.
I know. We're bringing a VIP on for a reading in just a moment. Please be reminded though, my friends, keep sharing the love and sharing the stream. And you never know, you could be getting a reading too, but it's exciting. And because I'm learning to share. Jill.
Yep.
Please introduce our first guest.
Our first guest is Kelly, all the way from Australia.
Hello.
Hello, Kelly.
Hello. Thank you for having me here.
It's night time.
I know. See, that's the wonderful thing about this, isn't it? We're sitting here getting ready to sort our day out and go off and have lunch and, hopefully you have, tiffin and all wonderful things like that.
Okay.
You're getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
I'm winding down.
Yeah. When I do a reading for someone in New Zealand or Australia, I forget and I commit to doing a reading and then think, oh no, I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh. It's good fun.
So just to remind us, this is late Monday for you, not late Sunday, isn't it?
Correct. It's nearly 9 p.m.
Wow. Because it's really easy for us when you think about it, because we're in the middle of the time zone. So the time expands in the opposite directions outwards for us. But where you are, you've only got to go a little way that way on the grand scheme of things, obviously. And it's a completely different day.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
That must be freaky, surely.
Oh, you get used to it living down under. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, it's so great to see you on screen. I'm so chuffed. Jill, would you like to kick off, or would you like me to kick off?
I'm going to do a card for you, Kelly, and I also have my trusty sand scrying here, so I'm just going to turn it and just have a look at it falling. What I do with the sand scrying is, as I'm doing a reading, I just watch it out the corner of my eye and how quickly it flows, how slowly it flows, and I'll just show you. It just gradually moves, and I just look at the patterns and all the different things that I'm looking at. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is choose a card for you, Kelly. Okay, this is from the Doreen Virtue pack, the Power Angel cards. So the first thing that I get from this card is that you would understand where there's been a bit of fakery in your life. People that have maybe smiled to your face but have not really had the best of intentions, a little bit of fakery. Would you understand that, Kelly?
I do.
Right, okay. It's almost like I would call smiling assassins. People who smile to your face, but as they're hugging you, they're putting a little bit of a knife in your back. Okay, so a little bit of trust is gone in your life, or you would just be one of these people that you just hold back a little bit now until you're just sure of people, and then once you're sure of them, it's okay, but just revealing little bits of yourself at a time. Okay, there's an awful lot of blue in this card, so I know that there's been a big talk, or you had to sit someone down and have a big talk with them, and it maybe didn't go the way they wanted, but this would have taken a long time for you to find the courage and the strength to do it, but it had to be done, I feel. Would you understand that, Kelly?
I do, yeah.
Okay, the month of May, the name May would maybe be significant to you as well. Okay, would you understand that? You're smiling away there, okay?
Yeah.
You're going through something just now, and I feel like you feel you have to go through it alone. Or you know, I'm better doing it myself. I'm one of life's micromanagers, you know. I can manage things in my life, but I also want to manage other people as well. So you'd be a fixer, of people, and perhaps you're having to learn to take a little step back and let them do it themselves. But watching someone do it wrong, oh, I could do that so much quicker. So that would come into it as well, okay? I really feel like you try not to get down, but negative thoughts might just pop in now and then and pull you down. But that would be because of experience that you've had in the past. You know, 9 times out of 10 it goes wrong for me, so you know, you buckle yourself up and wait on things going wrong, okay? But surprise, surprise, Kelly, by May things will start to not go wrong. Things might lift a little bit. You might feel a little bit brighter and a little bit better. As I'm doing this, I'm looking at your sunscreen and it is absolutely flat. So I feel you would understand where life is just a little bit blah, a little bit beige, a little bit boring, and you could do with a little bit of va-va-voom. You're maybe even thinking, is this all there is to life? Is this all there is? I'm just, you know, there's got to be more than this. You know, life is not a bowl of porridge. It should be a bowl of muesli, all mixed up with fruit and all different things, but it's very boring, beige, just terrible, okay? There has been a trauma. There has been an absolute trauma. The rug has been pulled out from under your feet, and I know that because I've got a lady stepping in with this card reading saying there was a trauma. There was a trauma, not just a passing, but a trauma. It's something that really upset, took the rug out from under your feet. And it wouldn't be too big a stretch of the imagination to say there's maybe a little bit of PTSD there with that situation where, you know, every time you think of it, flashes will come into your head, or you're replaying it over and over and over, because this lady's just showing me flashes of passing. As I'm talking to you as well, I feel like I can't swallow very well, so I know that there would have been a swallowing issue also. Would you agree with that, Kelly? Okay,
Yeah.
she's not far from you, this lady. She's not far. She also brought in the name Michael. I get Michael with this card as well. So yeah, okay, that's fine. She's just saying 5. So 5 is important. 5 is on this card. If I went back 5 nights ago with you, you were in a bit of a pickle about something. Okay, so perhaps last week, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'd have been in a bit of a pickle about something, a bit upset, maybe again replaying a situation over in your head, wondering how it happened, why it happened, and a little bit, and you know, she's saying it's quite okay to say, why me? Because you have had that experience, and it's not a pity party, it's not feeling sorry for yourself. You're actually allowed to feel like that. You're allowed to feel that way. So one last thing that she's just brought in is bluebells. Now that is a Scottish plant, bluebells, Scottish bluebells, but she brought that in for you. Now I don't know whether it's to bring calming. Do you understand that, Kelly?
I do.
Well, she just said the Scottish bluebell. You're a Scottish bluebell too. Okay, and she blows lots of kisses your way and says that she feels better now. She doesn't feel as awful as she did. You know, I'm drawn.
Oh,
She's feeling better now, but don't you, now we're going back to, don't you manifest illness yourself by constantly thinking about how she passed, okay? And she just wants to lift you. The good thing about your sunscreen is there's an elephant in it. I can see an elephant. So there's 2 ways. There's an elephant in the room. There's something needs talked about, okay, that's not getting spoken about, but also elephants never forget. And you've got an ex, you never forget things. People might think you do, but you don't. So well done you. Here's your bluebell. Here's your love. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, and I'll leave that with you and see what Nick's got for you. Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank
That
you,
was
Jilly. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome. I've been linking in, and I have to say, for someone so young, you've got an army here. You really have got an army. I have to say though, from what I'm picking up and from what I'm hearing, and not just from her, that the lady I believe that connected with Jill also is the general of that army. She is such a tower of strength, a force to be reckoned with. And you know, I've got to say, although she was your inspiration, that's what I've got to say. She was your inspiration. What you have forgotten is how much of an inspiration you were to her. Your strength, your sense of responsibility, and your independence of faith. I don't know why I had to say that, but your independence of faith really, really resonate with her. And she is so overjoyed that even though, you know, I don't know whether this was a thought or a conversation or something that either you or she would have said, but something along the lines of, you'll go off and do your own thing without me. But that has not been the case. And it is so, so powerful, her. And you know when she's around. You're aware of it, and she's just saying, you know, she should be sitting here and she'd give me a run for my money. She'd give Jill a run for her money because she's got the connect. She's got the gift. She's got the gift, and there's this buzz of energy and excitement about this lady now. And you know, there's this gentleman with facial hair standing slightly back, just standing there grinning, but also fake rolling his eyes as if to say, you know, she hasn't changed, Kel. She hasn't changed. And he's he has to, you know, he wants to come through. He's not being allowed to come through, but she's definitely checking. I see her as this wonderful, powerful, you know, almost like she's creating. Would you be aware that when in your garden you see lots of butterflies and that sort of butterflies or dragonflies or something like that that would be in some way a connection to her? Is what I'm getting. It's almost like she's throwing you butterflies. So I don't know if you see lots of them that connect.
Yes, no. It actually, it's the meaning of the death symbol.
Ah, I see. See, I don't ever see them as death. So you know, that's why
butterflies are actually death.
I see. It's not something because my granddad used to make them out of Coke cans, but I digress. So yeah, there's the butter. She's throwing you the butterflies there. Also, the symbols of horoscopes and things as well. It's almost like she was a mixed bag of everything. And I'm loving her more and more as I link in with her. She is being polite and letting this gentleman with the facial hair step forward, though. And she just said, I've made sure he hasn't got long because he'll be talking. You know, and he's just rolling his eyes again as if to say pots, kettles. And there's this wonderful interaction between the two of them. I don't know whether that's grown in the spirit world to be a little bit more fun. But I do feel this is a play antagonism now. But it wouldn't necessarily have been. But I'm reminded that he also is a great strength to you also. But like with the lady, you were an inspiration. You are his strength. So I have to say that you know, keep growing, keep developing. There's something about music going on in the background here. You know, it's almost like you've got something musical going on around you, or you, and not just playing the radio. I mean, there's something you and music, or them and music that ties in. But there is an army got your back here, darling. So I'll say God bless you, and hope that was all right for you.
Thank you, Nick. That was gorgeous. Seriously, from both of you, I appreciate it so much. That was just touched my heart. You made me cry. I had to take my glasses off. They were fogging up. No, but they were happy tears. They were absolutely gorgeous.
Happy tears are
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much, Jilly. Sorry, what was that? Oh yeah. So with my nan passed sorry, her birthday's in May.
Right. Okay.
And that was the lady coming through to you, and she was exactly how both of you described. It was just, that's what made the tears start coming, honestly. And with the butterflies as well, we've got deaf family, and to me, the butterflies are a symbol of the deaf community and things like that. My godfather is deaf himself, so that's the connection there with spirit and my godfather as well. Yeah, I'm not sure who the man was with the facial hair.
Okay.
But I didn't know a lot of my father's side, so I should sort of look into that a little bit more with my dad if I can. But yeah, it was just, oh, you just warmed my heart, honestly.
Bless you. Bless
Good.
you.
Very good.
It's always
and
good to
Jilly, of
see
course.
smiles.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, with Jilly, with like, you know, the trauma and the things like that, like it does play a huge part in my life, and yeah.
But it's going to get
Yeah.
better. Going to get
Yeah.
better. Head up. Going
Thank
to get better.
Always got my chin.
I've got to. I meant to mention it, but I'll just dive straight into the reading. The love and support and the joy to even initially just put a face to the name, Kelly, coming from the SPtv community has been amazing. Yeah. But the comments that you are getting of support is just stunning. It really shows this family and how good it is.
Yeah. It's great that people are happy for someone else to get a good reading. It uplifts everyone when someone gets upliftment themselves. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It happens to me being in the comments sometimes as well. I feel great. Yeah. It's a good give and take, isn't it?
It is. And you know, everyone puts into the pot and it's there ready for it when you need it. And I think that's just stunning about SPtv, the family. And you are an absolute cousin to all in this family. you know everyone recognizes the name and the picture, and it's like, hey, and everyone's just shouting out the support to you, and it is just brilliant. And
isn't it great how you thought you were just going to come on and watch, maybe go to bed, cup of tea, and now you're going to go, you probably won't sleep for a wee while now.
I know, I'm buzzing.
What was it you said when you first joined us online during Cape May? Having a wind down, just a chill night. Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
No, that's good. And everyone's happy for you. So that's good.
Lovely.
Superb.
So, thank you so much for joining us, Kelly. It is amazing. One of your country ladies says it's so uplifting to relieve. It is so uplifting to relieve such a beautiful message when it is needed the most. Happy tears are the best. So, thank you for joining us, Kelly. So much. I think now would be a good time to show everybody what's coming up in the week with some adverts. So, for my turn this week, Richard, please roll VT.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium, or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
Tonight from 8 p.m, Claire Pasterfield hosts her show, Heavenly Sprinkles, for an evening of mediumship readings.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Deb Clark demonstrates her mediumship by offering free readings.
So, lest we forget, tonight, join SPtv, this wonderful family, to see the lovely Claire Pasterfield, Heavenly Sprinkles, on tonight on SPtv. And then Our Lady Deb.
Sprinkles. We don't have
I know.
Sprinkles.
We have matters to deal with.
We have matters.
We have matters. We are matter. We are the matter that makes up the sprinkles. So she sure. So see, this is the thing. We are the matter. She is the sprinkle. So she processes and refines what we do. You see.
Yeah.
That's how life works. And of course, excuse me. Another thing how life works is if you're a VIP, you get to do exactly what Kelly just did.
That's right.
Join us and make Monday matter for everyone. Isn't that exciting?
Can you get a reading for 37p a week?
Exactly. That is a very
What
good
a bargain. What a bargain. Yeah.
Do you know, I think that should be one of our new catchphrases.
Yeah.
And thank you to Claire Davey, who says, I am loving the show this morning. We're loving it too, aren't we, Jill?
Yes, we are loving it. Hi, Claire.
And here she is, the lady herself, Kelly Roquette.
I love everyone, it really means. Oh,
Wonderful.
thank you, Kelly.
Wonderful.
If
So,
you're on my way, pop in for a cup of tea if you're ever over this way.
absolutely,
Come
absolutely.
and tour.
You can jump into Stansted Airport and come and see me, then hop all the way up.
Yeah.
I've flown to Scotland before. It's the only way to travel to Scotland, I tell you. It's a lot quicker.
Quick.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. So before we do some readings, okay. we obviously have a life of SPtv, not a very big one, of course, because it's a huge part of our lives. But what do you do outside of SPtv, Jill?
I am sporting my badge. I am the Tree of Life spiritual group. So the Tree of Life spiritual group, we have the Tree of Life online development group. That's on a Monday evening, and we occasionally look for what we call willing volunteers for the students to read. So if you go on, there'll be a link goes up, but if you look for the Tree of Life group on Facebook, every Tuesday we do a service. It's to give the students practice in an online setting, you know, a divine service. We do a prayer, we do healing, and then we do mediumship with the students. You can see me on all those pages with all my ladies, and we do an in-person church every second Thursday. We like to go around spooky haunted buildings as well. We quite wow. Like that. Yeah, we like to do strange things like that. So if you're up our way, look out for what we do. Nick?
Fabulous. For me, well, I think this is probably the first time in my life I've ever been able to say this. Mine's bigger than yours. This is the logo of the Independent Spiritualists Alliance, of which I am one of the founding ministers. Obviously, I don't wear my dog collar on a Monday. It's in the wash on a Monday, along with the leather one with the silver studs that I use over the weekend. But as a minister, I'm part of the Independent Spiritualists Alliance. It's a wonderful group of people. And just like any organization, any church, any group, it's the people. We focus on something called unity through independence. And what that means is, whilst we are a group that comes together in common cause and intent, we recognize the sovereign rights of each group that joins us to run things their own way, so long as, you know, it's in a spiritual and commonsensical way. We have churches that are online and in physical. We've got one up in Bridlington. We've obviously got ours in Littleport, which is online as well. The lovely Reverend Tony, he and I on a Friday do something called Spirit Line, 2 revs. My friend Eunice and Tony, they're actually in the middle of making us T-shirts with that logo on as well. That's going to be.
No, I've got T-shirt envy now.
I know the branding is going wonderful.
Yeah.
So we talk a lot about, and one of my big favourite things is, of course, the philosophy. So I do a lot of talks on philosophy on certainly on the Friday on 2 revs. But I also run development circles as well online. So I'm in the middle, for those that have been plaguing me, to be organising I need to open a new one, which is going to be in the evening. So stay tuned for that. But I also do in-person workshops, and I never thought I'd actually advertise them on here as something.
Yeah, I do those as well. Yeah.
But last workshop, I had an SPtv a turn up all the way from Essex, come to one of the workshops. I was over the moon. It was lovely to meet Dawny in the flesh. So I do workshops, and of course I do the mediumship. But my biggest priority at the moment is just promoting the work of the Independent Spiritualists Alliance, because we've got a website coming soon. I need to talk to Richard. But I've got a website coming soon as well. So yeah, that's what we do.
I love a workshop. Love a workshop. You meet people, you make friends. It's a great day spent. Great day spent.
Absolutely. Plus food, you know, the food's good. Food's good.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, we have got a couple of ladies that, well, one in particular, and she does tray bakes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, to die for. They're just wonderful. Anyway.
Can't beat a tray bake. So. Excellent. So we're going to now bring some names up on the screen. Now, of course, remember, VIP. Get priority. And so, do you want to go first, Jill? Ladies first?
Yeah, okay. We've got Terry Louise. She's a VIP. I'll just go with Terry. Hello, Terry. Why not? If you're quick on that button, then you've manifested it. See what I did there? She manifested it. Hi, Terry. I hope you're well today. I'm just going to go with the first cards that I've picked out for you. Okay, so definitely bringing through a lady from Spirit. And I have to give you the number 4 to go with this lady. So the 4th month, 4 on a door, 4 in a family, but 4 would be relevant because she holds that 4 with this card. Right now, on this card, I'm just going to show you, okay? Okay, these are my favourites, my Doreen Virtue cards. I've got butterflies, but butterflies mean something completely different to me. Butterflies signify change. When you think about a butterfly, it starts off as a little creepy crawly caterpillar and it changes into something completely different. So you would be symbolically have been something, maybe didn't believe in this or weren't involved in this movement, but now you are, or in life, you've maybe felt a bit lower, a little bit less worthy than other people, but you're beginning to get your wings and fly, and there are big changes going on in your life. However, round about these changes, Terry, I feel change maybe sometimes gives you a bit of a fright. You know, you're maybe one of these people that don't like change, but you're getting better at it. Change is sometimes unnerving, unsettling, and we maybe feel a little bit out of control with it. I do feel as I'm talking to you, Terry, that I have got a lady coming forward, and I do feel, and I feel that anxiety appears in different places. You understand that? That's great. Anxiety can appear in different places in my body when I'm doing a reading. If it's in my tummy, it's nervous anxiety. If it's in my heart, it's worry and stress. And if it's in my head, it's really affecting you badly. And I'm kind of in the middle here. I'm in my heart. So I feel, Terry, that you, or around very close to you, you would understand palpitations, anxiety, and you would feel it in the chest area rising up, okay? The lady that I've got in spirit is very, would not like uncouth language. Change can be a good thing. This lady is telling me that she wouldn't like girls to behave uncouth, you know, no dancing on a bar, you know, that's me out the window. But she likes ladies to behave like ladies, okay? She would be a yes please, a no thank you, remember your manners, and quite a stickler for manners, this lady, okay? She shows, oh, you okay? Someone, oh, Richard sneezed in my ear. Didn't half get a fright there. I thought, goodness, this lady's got a cold, but it was Richard. I feel like there's a couple of pathways in life for you just now. And it's not, neither of them would be wrong. Neither would be wrong. But you've been so good at manifesting that you've actually manifested so many choices and so many positive things in your life. You might be quite overwhelmed with choice as well. So just watch. I always think when people get a choice in life, there is no wrong. You can go down that path, and if it isn't right, just come off it and go on another one. Who says we've got to stick on it? So there are choices coming. I do pick up, there is a dove in this card. Now, whenever there's a dove, I know that all you need is peace in your life. So there's maybe been a little bit of a hiccup, maybe a few arguments, a bit of discord in the family somewhere. So I know that I've now got a dove. So peace is coming, or peace is what you seek. You just don't want people to argue. I don't want any stress, don't want any drama, just give me peace. There's also the sign for healthcare, and it's kind of in the background. So I know that there is, or there has been, a health worry. There's a little niggle going on, or we're worried that something might be wrong. So, but that would be with physical health, okay? The colour yellow on this card directs me to the tummy area. So I feel again that someone either is off their food, feels a little bit sick, or is just a little bit run down at this moment. Now, on your little sand scrying that I've done for you here, I'll just very, very quickly show you. I just turned it at the start of the reading, so I'm just going to quickly read it. There's lots of jigsaw puzzle pieces that aren't quite fitting together, Terry. So maybe someone told a few lies, but you're very astute, you're very good, and you were able to put the pieces together and thought, this doesn't add up. So I don't feel people would get a lot by you, Terry. I feel like you would be able to see through a lie. You're quite intuitive, you're quite spiritual. So I would be a fool if I tried to get a lie past you, okay? There's a W here. So I know that the W name, like William, a name like that would be in there also, okay? You're very mystical. There must be a Welsh connection somewhere as well. You've constant nausea. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, know that when you get a message from Spirit, when they pick up on anything health-wise, healing is automatically going there. It's automatically going. If they're talking about it, automatically going there. Now, there's a bit of a Welsh dragon in here, so I don't know, either someone likes rugby or has been to Wales, or there's a Welsh connection or was in the Welsh Guards or something like that. But there is a Welsh connection here as well, okay? There's all kinds of different spiritual beliefs coming in here. So I feel like you are perfect for the you see through the BS. Very good, Terry. I feel you are, what can I say, exploring spirit. And again, like the theme of the reading today is manifesting, seeing what sits well with you and what doesn't sit well with you, and you're beginning to get your own unique style of spiritualism, feeling the mediumship come through. Okay, I'll just ask for one last thing for you. She shows me an accreditation of some kind, like a graduation, a certificate, doing well at college. Something is going to be like, phew, that's done, we got that done. So a big round of applause for that. And I see a certificate coming for something for you. So if you've not started it yet, as soon as the opportunity comes up to learn something, jump on it and do it. Okay, and I'll leave that with you for time to let Nick give you a reading. Okay.
you. Well done, doll. Excellent. And let's roll the dice. Sarah why can I not read that? Sarah Chilcott, are you there? I'm a new member, haven't been for a few weeks. That's all right. A new member who hasn't been for a few weeks, we forgive you, but never had a reading yet. Well, if you're still there, darling, that's about to change. You have been chosen by the world of spirit and by an even higher power, Richard. So if you are still there, just give us a shout out. Let us know that you're still there to get your reading. Excellent. Wonderful. So I'm going to kick straight in because I'm very much aware of two people coming through at the moment. One is a very inspirational, what is that word again? A very inspirational lady coming forward who I do feel had a great deal of influence on how you think, how you behave. But not necessarily always in agreement, I have to say. There were a few differences of opinion with this lady, but on the most part, it feels like an interest in nature or the world. It's either nature or even slightly witchy poo, dare I say it. But this lady steps forward with a great deal of power and spiritual understanding, and I feel that she would have been of a great influence faith-wise. I do, for that purpose, feel a motherly link, but as we know, motherly could be someone who was like a mum. I feel an age and a distance to it, so I would say that that would be a grandmother connection. I'm also aware of the wonderful flowing hair that I feel would be from her younger days, if not, seeping into her older. But she had beautiful hair, grandmother figure, interested in the wonderful things of the world, and had a great influence on faith. If you would be able to understand that, please obviously give us a shout out, let us know. I do feel at the very least she was a huge influence on you and had this great strength of personality, and it's almost like she was here and then she was gone in the wind. That's how I feel with her passing. It was just such a bang, a shock. It was like 1 minute she was the center of the universe, and the next minute the universe felt so empty. But that's not the case, because she is still here, turning the cycle around. I also am aware of coming in with her of a fatherly figure, a fatherly link too. I hope you can understand all this. But what they're coming through today is it's all about the turmoil. It feels, and I know there's similarity, if memory serves me, between what Jill was saying earlier on to someone. I can't even remember who now, but it's like this inner turmoil and confusion. I've been doing a lot of writing and talking this week about liminality, between spaces, and how scary transitions can be. And I do feel that this is really, really quite pertinent with you at the moment. So if you are still there, Sarah, obviously, please let us know if you can place this. I've got to say to you, though, that when it comes to transition, this has been the whole theme of today. It's almost like today has been all about you, Sarah. Transition, not feeling the fear, but going with it anyway. Don't be put off by all what's going on around you. Stay focused, stay true. Thank you, Sarah. Bless your heart. Stay focused, stay true. Remember the learnings that this lovely long-haired lady would have given you about, I feel that this is something that she would have said or focused on in her life. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And you should go a little bit easier on yourself, because you're very often blaming yourself for all of these things. I should have done this, I should have done that, I could have done this, I could have done that. No, you did what you could in the situation. You reaped what you sowed. And if other people will not go along with that and listen to you, and will not, you know, accept that you've done all of your can. It's on them, not you. Give yourself a break. Stop worrying about the turmoil and chaos that others create, because you are naturally a wonderful, resounding, strong force of nature yourself, and you are a calming, peaceable individual who will bring that calm into any situation. So just remember who you are, and at the risk of upsetting and offending or pleasing, sod the rest of them, because you need to look after you. There is so much in your life that you have to be focused on. Put your priorities first for once, and bajinkies to the rest, because you've done what you can. Keep the faith, keep the strength. I know you're going through a bit of an awakening at the moment, but I also know that you can do it and you can achieve it, because you have got those around you that you can trust. And we must acknowledge those, because this lady was all about acknowledgement. So I'll say, I hope that helps. God bless you, my darling. And best foot forward. You've got this. You've got this. And thank you for listening. And I hope that was nice enough for you for your first reading.
That's a good word, bajinkies. I'm going to have to, that is a great word. That's the word of today.
The word of the day is bajinkies.
I will use that frequently today. Bajinkies to you.
Bajinkies. It's all about the bajinkies.
Bajinkies.
I think it's an amalgamation of words, but it probably started on Scooby-Doo.
I get the vibe. I like it. I get the vibe behind it.
I have to say the medium that I mentioned earlier, Kevin Hales, he was really good at making up his own words, and it was a wonderful thing to see. If anyone ever wants to, we've got his work stored online. This is the wonderful thing about online readings. Not only if you miss a bit, you can go back and rewatch it, but the work of some wonderful exponents of this way of life are stored for all of history, and people can be their own judge rather than, be told.
Never, ever, ever look at myself. Ever.
No, me neither. I hate it. I hate the sound of my voice.
I
know Richard's rolling his eyes right now. Oh, he loves the sound of his own voice. No, I hate it. I really do.
I do as well. I never watch a live back. Never watch anything I've done back. Hate getting my picture taken. This is so out of my comfort zone. But you said it. Grasp the fear and do it anyway.
I'm gonna say down in the south we say grasp the nettle, but I know you grasp the thistle.
Oh, there's someone just.
So hey, let's celebrate the family.
Thank you, Shiloh.
Oh, quick card for Shiloh. That's fine. Quick card for Shiloh. Just became a VIP. So, Jill, I'll flick my pack. You say when.
When.
Lovely. And so, a quick one from me. Oh, how ironic. It was destiny that you clicked the link at the time. I love this card. 35 is an important number. And I also know that the moire is also really important. The wonderful message before you fly to Dubai from Australia. Oh. Wonderful. This is all about the connections in life, the mystical connections in life, all of the ties that bind and the threads that bind. And I know that you said you're just about to fly, but I don't know why you're going, but I do feel that it's all about making connections. And I'm not talking about making a connection on an aeroplane. I'm talking about the emotional connections. I do know that there is a great deal of support for you. I know that some connections have got to be cut. I do know that there are some connections that have to be cut, but it is still all about reconnecting with new people and making new connections and reconnecting with people who you haven't seen in a while. But there is a great deal of magic in your life, a great deal of power in yourself. So best foot forward. And as much as I don't like the word, there are elements of destiny in the universe that can't be avoided. They're usually the good ones, so enjoy.
Can I just very, very quickly add to that? When
Oh,
Rich
yes.
said, I threw a card out, and it says your work is to discover the world. And then you posted up, I'm going to be on a plane. This card is about purity. It's about making a living, your livelihood, your career, but having to love what you do, Shiloh. Okay, it's about inner job satisfaction, inner peace, and doing no harm to others. So you've maybe been a little bit bullied somewhere in your life, and now, you know, you're branching out. But even though you've had these experiences, I just feel like you're going out with a pure heart. It is a business confidence. Superb. You were meant to get that. You were meant to get that. It's a blue card all about talking. So you're going to have words of inspiration pour out and wonder where they came from. You might even look in the mirror and go, who are you? This is a whole new day. This is going to be great. Pure livelihood. And the number 9 will be significant as well. So well done and good luck to you, Shiloh.
Enjoy and welcome to the VIPs, you know. See what happens when you become a VIP. And of course, Shiloh, welcome to the family and have a wonderful trip to Dubai. Yeah, I can't, 3 women with a bit of thread, and you get networking, and that's what you do. Wow. Love that. I love the way Spirit work. I love what they make use of us for.
Absolutely.
Jill, it's been an absolute pleasure again to work with you.
It just flies in.
Absolutely. And of course, a big thank you to the man behind it all, the lovely Richard, keeping the buttons pressed.
Thank you, Richard.
The voices flowing, and, you know, keeping us in check as well, which is a miracle of biblical proportions, I say. You know, it's such a great, it's so great to make Monday matter with you all. So from me, thank you all. Jill,
thank you for coming on. Thank you, Nick. And all our lovely, lovely students as well. Thank them for coming on as well, because they're obviously they're wanting good points today. It's been a
Claire
great show.
Davies says it's been a great show. Thank you, Claire.
Thanks, Claire.
And remember, everybody, this is your show, so keep the flow going. You're the ones who direct what it is that we're going to be doing throughout our time together to make the day brighter and to make Monday matter. Sorry, I will get there in the end. But thank you all so much. So from me, God bless and be safe.
Bye-bye, everyone.
And don't forget tonight, Claire Pasterfield, sprinkle some heavens.
Have a great week, everyone.
God bless.
Great week. Go manifest something wonderful in your life.
Hear, hear.
Take care. Namaste.